Good morning, Florida. Good morning, Philippines. Welcome to my vlog.
Feel me.
So today is a Sunday, around 11:30. We plan to go out to go to Orlando, but before that, I am going to water my plants. Usually, for most of my plants, we only water for like once a week. You don't want to overwater them, nor you underwater also. So I think I already established like a watering schedule for my plants. So usually, uh, I just water them from the faucet or something. I know there will be people commenting that, using distilled water is preferable because it doesn't have any chemicals or whatever. But so far so good for me. It works. Most of the monsteras, I think from my research, they're thrive in an environment where they are being in a high humidity place, so it is better to actually water them, not only the roots but also the leaves. Put in a little bit of this and then we adjust it into something like this. So that's it. uh Water them, and at the same time being able to uh, to flush whatever unwanted chemicals or whatever underneath the pot. So something like that. Just for it to hold a little bit of water, but eventually because of the perlite, it will be easier for the water to just escape from this terracotta pots. So that's it. And later on, this will begin to drip underneath. So I think this is okay. Let me just see, making sure that the leaves are also being watered. Something like that. Yeah, that's it. And then I will just place it here for it to drain. It takes a little bit of time though, because I think perlite absorbs the water first, and then later on it will eventually drain. I mean, these pots have holes underneath, so that's it. So see, I have my baby Thai constellation here, Monstera, and it is about to unfurl another new leaf. So I also read one of the, in one of the posts, sometimes it gets some rot in the leaves, especially for those who have a leaf that's about to unfurl. So, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to water just the ones under the root part of this plant, like underneath only, because I don't want to put water here and then later on it doesn't get to dry or whatever, because it is still in the process of, it is still like curling like this one here. So I don't want to like have this one have like a water retention underneath. The goal here is to have as much water or as much hydration that you are going to put on the plant, but not to to have the water retain in one of the leaves, especially for this that's still in the process of unfurling. So for this, I will just be putting in some water underneath like that. So put this one here. And of course, I have to give credit to my wife. She's pretty much most of the plants here that you see. She is in charge of, transferring a plant from one pot to another. And I'm just good at buying them, but uh, the actual repotting and everything, usually my wife does it for me. So I am happy and I am lucky. So I have this Monstera alboborsinia. I don't know how you pronounce it. It has that yellow specks that I mentioned earlier. And yeah, this is a little bit faded for now because the leaf, the just unfurled, is still young. And maybe later on, as it matures, it will have that darker speckled yellow hue color later on. So that's it. Okay, let me see. Take this one out. And there you go. Notice that there are this nice yellow, what do you call this one here? Like an adhesive, because this is one of the downside of putting plants inside the house. Our pest control guy who does spraying in the house suggested that we also need to put this because the gnats, as what they call it, I think it has something to do with the potting soil, with the soil that you use. It just pretty much is beginning to be like a pest or something. But I don't think it's going to hurt the plant per se, though. But I am just saying that sometimes it bothers you. And when you eat, you would be noticing some of the gnats flying around. So that's what we use. I bought this one at Amazon. It's so it's kind of like a very strong adhesive, and then you see the small gnats that stuck into this sticker. So it's also a nice management when you have indoor plants. So far, I think the first one that I did is ready to be placed back. But let me just water this one first. When you say moss pole, though, I think this isn't the moss pole that they just put it on a description in Amazon, moss pole, but this is actually coconut husk or coir poles. The moss poles, especially if your monstera, I think most of the monsteras are climbers anyway. Later on, a moss pole is better because the roots pretty much sticks to the pole. With this, I don't know. It would either be you would have to water this all the time so that the roots later on will stick to this one here. But I think I have more success with the actual moss pole. Later on, after this, I think I'm going to get another Monstera adansoni that I use an actual moss pole with. So let me just finish this and we'll move on with 2 or 3 more, and then I think I'm good with my monsteras. So here's another thing here. I placed this one in our coffee area of the coffee station or something. This is, I think, what they call a philodendron. I disagree with the photos. It looks like a photos to me, but I think this is philodendron Brazil. See the variegation of the leaves, very nice. And it also needs watering, I think, because the plant look like so dry. See that one? And sometimes we neglect this one because we place this close to at the west side of the house, and it's facing a window, but it's kind of like where I put my coffee there. So Let me see. Let me just try to adjust it. See, that's the location of the philodendron, this nice plant there. So I'm going to water this one as well. So I think this is a climbing plant as well. It also needs, some water in the leaves. Okay? And sometimes they love humidity. And here in Florida, it's hot. Especially we are transitioning towards spring. I think it's getting hotter and hotter now. And actually, that's the time where people starts to garden and starts to put in plants. So very nice, and obviously very easy to propagate. You see the roots already here. It's very easy to propagate this. You can just propagate this in water. Just cut a space in between the two nodes, or if you see some roots that's coming out from each of the node here, it's a lot easy to just propagate it in water. So cut this one here, put this in water, and you have another plant. So next we have this is also a Monstera archipelago. I don't know, I'm not sure, but please, if you know, just comment down below. It also has nice variegations. See, kind of like half or something. Very nice. I got this one just one leaf, pero I even thought that it's going to die because I don't know how to. Well, what happened was I actually put this in a pot earlier. It's a different pot with some leca balls, and I didn't know, like I just didn't actually notice it until 3 months later when I tried to when I decided to pre-pot it. I was so amazed because the plant, even though it isn't actually like growing or putting in leaves, it has established itself with very nice roots underneath. So I told my wife if she could repot it, because I think we'll just try another media. So from Leca, I'm going to. She actually did like a potting mix base with still some Leca and some bark and some perlite, and she also put in some delayed release fertilizer. So I hope this is going to thrive because I really like the leaf, and I hope it's going to put in more. It's kind of like stagnant. I don't know why, but let's see. And I think it needs watering as well. So let's see. Now we have another plant here. It's very nice plant. This is a syngonium, and it is thriving very nice. And it's a syngonium albo. You see the variegation there, very nice variegation. And one of the easiest to actually propagate and to grow. Very easy to. But then again, you would have to be very sensitive on what it needs, on its needs. So the seller that I bought it from said that she actually planted two varieties in this pot. The one that has the variegation and the one that doesn't have the variegation. I don't want to like separate them. It looks good. You see the alternating pattern of the growth. You see the full green leaves also, and then you also see the variegation, the variegated leaves. So I like it. So next one here, this is the actual mouse pole that I talked about earlier. This is the pole is so long, so my wife just decided to do an arch thingy and planted it back or place it back in the pot. So this is just very, very easy to grow. The Adansone, I only got this one from Amazon. So it started out with a very small 3 or 4 leaf plant, and now it's thriving, I guess. Let's put this one here. Let's try to water. And again, you just want them the leaves also to get moisturized. And okay, this is enough already. We will just let it sit here so that it will drain properly, and later on when we come back, I'm going to place them into the respective locations. So there you have it. Some of my plants. If you like more of plant videos, please do suggest, comment down below. And thank you again for watching, and I hope that you'll come back and watch my videos again. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please do follow, subscribe, and click on that notification bell to get you updated of the uploads that I'm going to put up on YouTube. So again, thank you, and I hope to see you soon. God bless us all, and bye for now.